Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I would love for you to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. So I'm sitting here before work. I got me a smoothie from a Tropical Calf. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Tropical Smoothie Calf, or Tropical Calf Smoothie. I got strawberry, banana, pineapple. It's pretty good or whatever. So, I'm going to do a story time on a time that a co-worker was pretty much hating on me, y'all. For no reason. I ain't did nothing to the woman. If you're from my old channel, you might have heard this before. But I know I got a lot of new subscribers, so I'm going to go ahead and tell it again. So, this happened a long time ago. At least, I want to say, probably at least 3-4 years ago. When I first became a med-aid. So the day that I passed my med-aid state test, I took it that morning. I had to drive an hour away to take it, and I passed it. I was happy. I was working second shift that day, and I showed my results and stuff to the DON, and I didn't know that she was going to put me on the cart that same day. She was like, "You get a raise, and I'm about to go ahead and start training you." So I was very nervous. I was excited, of course, but I was nervous as hell because I wasn't expecting to start training that day. So yeah, but so they put me with an LPN to train me, and all the other girls were happy for me. The other CNAs, they were happy for me. They were telling me congratulations, that's great, good job. They was all happy for me, except for one. So we're gonna call her Casey, and this lady is the same lady from the other story time I told you about, where CNA has been fired from like almost every nursing home in town. This is the same lady, right? Casey, she's about in her mid-40s. She's a CNA, works second shift like I was working, full time. And I think this was like the third or fourth day. I was training with a different nurse this day, and I was getting the hang of being a med-aid. I was really starting to get the hang of the job, right? So I got done with my second med pass, and I was pushing the cart back up to the nurse station to plug the computer back up and stuff. And as I was pushing the cart up, Casey out of nowhere, I'm gonna say, Joanna, and these were her exact words. I'm not over exaggerating. Her exact words were, "Joanna, you think you the shit now, don't you?" And she didn't say it in like a joking way or anything like that. So that threw me off. Like, I didn't even know what to say because I was so shocked. It just threw me off. Like, what? Where is this coming from? When I first became a med-aid, I never gave off the energy like, "Oh, I'm better than you now. I'm better than you, bitch, because I could pass out medicine. Ha ha." I'm not that type of person, first of all. Second of all, like I've said in other videos, every job that I work at, I'm labeled as a quiet girl. I do my work and mind my business. I'm friendly with people, and I'll speak to people, "Hey, how you doing?" whatever. But I'm like mostly to myself. I don't cause trouble. I don't cause drama at work. So I don't know where is this coming from. Like, what did I do to this woman? Like, girl, you hating. You become a med-aid too, honey. The class is only 3 weeks long. So what? There's nothing to hate about. And I know a while back she said she just didn't feel comfortable passing out medicine, and she didn't want to. I was like, okay, well, that's cool, but don't hate on me because I took the class and became a med-aid. Like, so yeah. So that was one incident, right? And I think part of it is she saw that I was getting the hang of the job and stuff, and she didn't like that. I feel that's what it is too. So there was another incident where this day I was on the floor, and the assignment sheets the chores weren't made out yet. Basically, at this place, we had the CNAs were assigned different duties. Like, one CNA might be assigned to go to the dining room. One is assigned to take out the trash at the end of the shift. One is assigned, I think it was like to clean up the area where the residents sometimes sit and hang out at, just to make sure that area is clean before we leave. Different duties like that, right? And the assignments hadn't been made out yet. So one of the CNAs on first shift was just going to go ahead and make it out. And she was like, "Who wants dining room?" Now, at this place, I was the only CNA that actually liked going to the dining room. Every other CNA, when they had dining room, including Casey, they would want to trade with me because they told me they just don't like going to the dining room. Going to the dining room at this place is kind of like being at a restaurant. Like, it's kind of like you a dang waitress at a restaurant. You have to take this. The residents had 2 different choices, meal choices. So you would write down what they wanted. Out of the 2 choices, you would bring their drinks, any condiments they might need, and then when the kitchen, they'll hand us the plate, and the CNAs have to go around handing everybody their meals. So it's pretty much like you like at a mini restaurant. And a lot of the CNAs didn't like going. So I knew, knowing that I'm the only one, I liked going because it would give me a little break off the hall. Because if whoever goes to the dining room, the other CNAs is on the floor. They're responsible for watching your lights while you're in the dining room. So I liked it because it gave me a little break from off the hall. So I went ahead and said I'll go to the dining room because I knew nobody else liked it. I didn't say anyway like, I want the dining room and I'm going, and that's that. Can't nobody else go. I'm going to the damn dining room. No, I knew nobody else liked going. So, and I actually liked going. So that's why I said I'll go to the dining room. So Casey is standing right behind me, and she gonna say, I'll go. Why can't I go? You always get to go. You told me you don't like going. You would complain when you had to go. So what the hell are you talking about, Casey? What are you talking about? So later on that day, there's this one girl I used to work with. I kind of trusted her a little bit, so I just talked to her about it, right? And she said, Joanna, I don't think it's the fact that you got to go to the dining room. I think it's the fact that Casey, she knows that you actually like going to the dining room. And that bothered her that people kept trading with you to go. She's hating on the fact that you get to do something that you want to do it. Because anytime any other CNA got assigned to the dining room, they would automatically be like, oh, ask Joanna, she'll go. She likes going. Joanna, you want to go to the dining room and trade with me? Like, say if they had trash. No, yeah, say they had the dining room and I had the trash duty. They'd be like, oh, you want to trade? I don't like going to the dining room. So then they would take the trash. They would be responsible for taking the trash out, and I would go to the dining room. And the fact that people were giving me, like she said, the other CNA that I was talking to, is not even the fact that she wanted to go. Because I know Casey hates going to the dining room. She's said this plenty of times. It's the fact that people were giving me the dining room, and I actually enjoyed going. So it's kind of like she was hating on me being happy that I got to go to the dining room, even though she didn't want to go. And here's the killer, though, y'all. And to me, that's crazy. Like, you a psycho. I'm sorry. You crazy. You got some issues deep inside yourself. When you don't want to go yourself, but you don't want to see me go because you know I'm happy to go. That's very weird to me. That's very weird. And if I'm sweating, y'all, because it's hot. But that's not even the worst part. So I ended up going because I said it first. And later that day, I was walking down the hall. And I was going this way and Casey was going this way. So we were going to meet each other down the hall, you know, by passing. So I'm minding my business, walking down the hall. And do y'all know what this woman said to me? I ain't done nothing to this woman. Do y'all know what this woman said to me? She looked at me and said, Joanna. So I look up. She said, Joanna, I look up. You ain't shit. Bitch. I was so shocked I didn't say anything. I did say. I said, you ain't shit. I didn't really know what to say because I was shocked. Like, y'all, I didn't do nothing to this lady. I ain't do nothing to this woman. What is your problem, lady? What is your issue? I ain't do shit to you. If you wanted to go to the fucking dining... I'm sorry, y'all. If you wanted to go to the dining room that bad, all you had to do was say, hey, I know you like going, but you think I could go this time? I actually want to go. That's all you had to do. And I would have been like, oh, yeah, go ahead. I would, yeah. I'm easy to get along with at work. All you had to do, anybody with half a brain, say, hey, you mind if I go this time? I actually think I want to start going to the dining room a little bit. And I would have been like, oh, sure, go ahead. And that would have been that. Instead of, but the thing is, you didn't even want to go. She didn't even want to go, y'all. But she didn't want to see me go because it made me happy. Like my other coworker said, that's so weird. Like, lady, you weird as hell. Get some therapy. Get some help. Like, you would have thought I stole her man or something. You would have thought I stole something from her or did something really bad to her. Like, for her to just look at me dead serious and say, you ain't shit. This woman is weird as hell, y'all. Like, and I see why she got fired from every nursing home. It's not my fault you can't keep a job, ma'am. It's not my fault. Okay? But anyway, so I remember one time, and she's just a really overall hater. Now that I think about it, because I remember one time there was two LPNs. They were in the process of going to RN/BSN school, right? And they would talk about, they having a rough time because it's hard going to school and work at the same time. I can imagine, right? They weren't really complaining. Just, how people talk at work, and they was just bringing it up, talking amongst themselves. They weren't even really talking to Casey. And one day, I think we were in a break room, and I heard Casey say, they greedy. They just greedy as hell. Y'all the ones complaining, but of course she didn't say it to their face, but she was talking about them, talking about they greedy as hell going back for your RN, BSN. They just greedy as hell. Y'all complaining. Y'all the ones who want to be greedy. How are they greedy because they want to hire their education? How is that being greedy? Like, what the hell? Who says that? They're greedy. I guess she means because obviously when they become an RN, BSN, they're going to get paid more. They're going to have more opportunities. So she's saying they're greedy for wanting to better themselves and to better their careers, to go higher. That makes them greedy. So now that I think about all this, Casey I think she's just miserable. She's a miserable woman that hates being a CNA. And she hates on people whenever she sees somebody elevating or somebody being happy on any kind of level. She doesn't like that because she's not happy with herself. I think that's what it is. Because you hating on me going to the damn dining room. You hating on me getting my Med-Aid when it's a 3-week class, lady. It's a 3-week class. Like I said, she said she's not comfortable being responsible for giving out medicine. I understand that. But don't hate on me for elevating. Like, what the hell? So she's just a hater. And I think she hates seeing other people go up in the world a little bit. You know what I'm saying? She's just a natural hater. And I also say that because I remember she was talking to another coworker one time. And she was saying when she was in her early 20s how she would go to parties every weekend. She would go to the beach every other weekend. She would, basically like a city girl. She would be outside on the weekend. She wasn't thinking about going to no school, nothing like that. And I feel like now that she's older, she had her kids. She has 2 teenage daughters. She had to move back home with her mom one time at in her mid-40s because she couldn't afford her mortgage. She's a single mother. And I feel like she regrets not furthering her education, even if it wasn't in nursing, just becoming anything else but a CNA. I feel like she regrets that, and she's taking her anger that she regrets. She's taking her anger out on other people that she sees are elevating. I think that's what it is. Cause like I said, I ain't done shit to this woman. Like I said, you ask anybody I've ever worked with. I'm either the quiet girl or I'm peaceful. I'm easy to get along with. So for her to come at me like that, like, you just hating, lady. Like, I'm sorry. It's not too late. Hell, you can still go back to school. There's people that go back to school in their 40s. You don't have to go back to school if you don't want to. Work at a warehouse or some shit. I don't know. But you ain't got to hate on people that's trying to go up in the world. Like, don't take that out on me or anybody else. Like, you hating. For me not to done nothing to you and you talking to me like this, you hating. So, yeah, that's story time. I think she's just a hater, y'all. And I think that was just so crazy. And I just wanted to tell y'all about this story just to let you know, like, you can mind your own business. You can be the nicest person in the world, but people are still going to try you. People who are miserable with their lives are going to hate on you and try to make you feel bad. Don't let nobody make you feel bad for doing what's best for you. So tell me what y'all think about this. Does it not sound like she's a hater? And that's going to be the end of today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all the next time.